And now a chance to take a look at some numbers for Simmons.
And the stat to look at is his steal total over the last 5 games. He's been focusing more on his defense, trying to be a disruptor, and it's made them a lot tougher on D.
Now a look at Philadelphia's starting lineup. A big forward pair. Harris the 3 and Horford the 4. Then it's Simmons. Then there's Embiid, and it's Milton in at the 2. And for the Hawks, Hunter at the 3 with Collins at the 4. Young and Herter make up the back. And it's Fernando in at the 5, roaming the paint. And the last 2 drafts, the Atlanta Hawks aggressively making trades to assemble this roster.
And drafting DeAndre Hunter and Cam Reddish, great length and versatility on the wings. You pair that with Trae Young and John Collins, and that's an exciting young core for the Hawks.
You know, what touch from the Australian native Ben Simmons. I mean, he's so good at staying under control, even when facing physical contact.
Now, here's Hunter. And stolen by Harris. To the middle. Simmons passes to Horford. That one, no good. Young for 3. Second chance effort. And Embiid with the block. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Embiid. Here's Herter. 5 on the clock. Pass to Fernando. Second chance shot. Bucket is good.
Seems to have a knack for hitting guys in their spots. His vision excellent.
We've played just over a minute here in the first. Young against Simmons. For 3, Harris. Rebounded by the Hawks. Home court didn't seem to help any last time they met. We'll see if it makes a difference this time.
And turnovers were the story for them when they saw each other last. I mean, just a heartbreaking way to lose the game.
Yeah, and when you think about it, Greg, there was some really sloppy basketball being played by them, and they recognized that had they played a cleaner game, they could have gotten the win.
And so just over a minute and a half played. He kicks it to Horford. Clock at 6. Passes to Simmons. Horford trying to free himself up. Harris up top. Launches a 3.
You know, currently they're just 1 of 5 from the field. That's not going to get it done.
Another miss by Philadelphia. Hunter no good. Philadelphia's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Simmons finds Harris. At the top of the key, Horford. Tipped away. And that's out of bounds. Philadelphia will retain possession.
A moment here to check out some of the stats for Harris. He's averaging about 19 points per, 6 rebounds, and 3 assists. It's hard to wrap your head around numbers like these, but that is just what he delivers night in and night out.
You know, it's so easy for us to take him for granted, to get spoiled with what he does. I think we've got to be more appreciative of the kind of impact this man has in every game he plays.
And Atlanta has possession after the miss from Joel Embiid. Here's Herter, guarded by Harris. Count it. Herter's got 5.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
And the 76ers decide to take their first time out here.
They call him Red Velvet. Kevin Huerter, out of the University of Maryland, proved he can stripe it from day one.
Now here's Simmons. 17 points for him last game against Golden State.
It was never all about himself. He came away with a lot of assists in that game and just kind of kept everybody in the mix.
The Hawks leading by 5. And Greg Herter, the 19th pick back in 2018. Sweet touch, and at 6'7". Good size at the shooting guard position.
And the Hawks general manager, Travis Schlenk, coming from the Warriors with Trae Young and Kevin Huerter. The Hawks hoping they have a kind of Splash Brothers East.
So it's Atlanta now after Ben Simmons' miss. Fernando, that's good.
4-2.
Here's Simmons. Steady offensive output from him, averaging more than 16 points a game. Harris inside. The pass to Embiid. Misses and the dry spell continues. Atlanta's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. To the inside. Collins, good.
And creating a little separation here, gaining some confidence.
Yeah, you get the sense that they're going to start stretching this lead out a little bit.
Now here's Simmons. Pass to Embiid. For 3, Harris nailed from three-point land.
You know, over time, as its game has evolved, Harris has accepted a bigger, expanded role. He knows he has the green light.
And here's Young from the arc, and the 3-ball is good.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
Greg, you're exactly right. I mean, everything seems to be dropping. Impressive scoring here.
Now here's Simmons. Here's Harris, and there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2. And Atlanta gets called for the foul.
Well, you look at the career of Tobias Harris, and boy, he's bounced around a bit. Has never slowed his development or production, though. You put him anywhere, and he'll find a way to help his team.
First one falls for him. And with Harris, he's been moved so many times. You know what, Greg? You forget he's still quite young.
Yeah, I mean, he really is just starting to enter what should be the prime of his career. Has improved every offseason and is a great rebounder and scorer.
That one is no good.
You know, over time, I think Harris has become really good at accepting more responsibility, and that's part of learning how to be a leader.
Here's Huerter. He has 5. Young outside. From outside the arc. He's off on that one. Now the 76ers take it the other way. They come in fresh off a win against the Warriors.
And that one was all about offensive execution, running your plays, picking your spots.
Yeah, you know, not deviating from the game plan is critical. You got to trust in the system.
Now, here's Hunter. He had 15 points last outing.
Good offense squaring up against better D there. You got to appreciate that stop.
Out to the wing. Horford, no luck.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
Shots good from Young.
And the effortless shooting motion. Young's three-point jumper is just poetry in motion and has it on automatic.
Now here's Simmons. Here's Horford. And the 3 off target. Young with no one around. Again, Young missing.
Just not there from a rhythm standpoint right now. It's really eluding him.
Hilton the pass to Horford. And the rejection by Collins. Horford's shot is good. And so it's Young who brings it up for Atlanta. They lead by 7. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to the Raptors.
Painful to watch, guys. You could see their frustrations mounting, unable to get into any kind of a rhythm whatsoever.
Yeah, they had no answer for them. They simply got outplayed and outworked.
And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown so far for the Hawks.
Guys, they are dialed in from beyond right now. They didn't waste any time getting into a groove in this game.
The other thing they've had going for them tonight is their passing. I mean, doing a nice job. Plenty of their points early on coming off assists.
And the first one drops. We have seen so many great players in the history of this terrific game, but in your mind, who's the best to have never won an MVP?
Wow, you think about some of the names on that list recently, or not too long ago. Patrick Ewing, Scottie Pippen, same era. How about going back to John Havlicek, a former Buckeye and all-time great with the Celtics. Elgin Baylor, one of the first high-flying forwards that I recall, one of those really creative, do-it-all type forwards. Jerry West and Dwayne Wade right in that mix too, man. Those are some lofty names that didn't get an MVP.
Now here's Simmons. Banked in off the glass. Simmons got his second bucket of the night.
And for a 6'10" player like Simmons to be handling the ball like that, come on, that's criminal.
Scotty's checked in for the 76ers. Burke comes in for Simmons. Scott against Collins. Len passes to T. 6 to shoot. That one's rebounded by Embiid.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
Yeah, the half and half balls are going their way, and that's really a function of effort and intensity. You know, the ball doesn't discriminate. Whoever goes and gets it, that's who owns it.
Now here's Teague following the missed shot by Tobias Harris. To the paint. Here's Len, and he banks in the layup. And the Hawks lead by 8.
Teague's ability to find the open man makes him one of the better passing point guards in the league.
Scott the pass to Harris. Shakes off the strong D and gets the bucket for 2. Harris has got 8 points.
Boy, at the offensive end, his game is so impressive. I mean, he's a threat every time up the floor.
Back to Collins, and finish off by Collins.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones.
Hey, they've got a nice, comfortable lead here, fellas. Might as well keep it simple. Do it a plain, simple one-hander, just like pound cake.
I would agree. So it's Philadelphia now, following the bucket by the Hawks. From deep, Thibault can't get it to go.
He missed that one, but I've seen him drill shots from that distance in warm-up.
Well, that looked to me, guys, like a heat check and was maybe a step out of his range.
Teague can't hit.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
To the middle. Fast break, the Hawks. Launches the 3. Drills it from outside. And now an 11-point Atlanta lead.
Defensively, they've been a step slow here to start.
Giving up too many open shots. I mean, that's what's happening here, Greg. They look to me to be a bit sluggish.
That one is good from Joel Embiid.
Even when the defense is there, I mean, Embiid still knows how to score.
T kicks to Bembry. Carter against Harris. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. Back to Len. Just 5 to shoot. He dishes it to T. Shoots over Burke, and it's good off the back of the rim and in. Teague's got his second bucket tonight.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
Tell you what, forget about easing into the game. They came out with guns blazing.
Now, here's Collins. He's coming off a 28-point game against Toronto.
Yeah, but the rebounding in that game as well was just tremendous. I mean, he dominated the backboard.
Here's Thibault after the made shot from John Collins. Here's Embiid, and again, Philadelphia turns it over.
A chance here, Kevin, to take a look at the 76ers and how they rank in the NBA right now.
And going back to their points allowed ranking, they slowed the game down, forcing opponents to score in the half court. I mean, if you can score at all, really suffocating you on defense.
Len dishes to T, and it's a defensive 3-second violation. And this is his first trip to the line tonight. Free throw good, Teague.
And you know what I like most about Teague is his confidence. I mean, he's unflappable. He's cool and composed, and yet plays the game with a real fire.
.116 left in the first quarter of the game. Outside, Jones. Shot clock at 6. Now, here's Reddish. Tight defense on him. The 76ers trail by 14. It's Korkmaz in the corner. Good, nice job down low. Atlanta's gotten a lot of shots off from three-point land in the first quarter, but they're only 4 of 9. Reddish the pass to Teague. That one's all good. Now he's 3 for 5 from the field.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Clearly just an example of a different mindset between these teams.
And the foul on Cam Reddish. That is his first foul of the game. We've got 28 seconds left in the first quarter. And O'Quinn kicks to Burke. Just 5 on the clock. Philadelphia needs to get a shot off. Here's Ennis, and it's sent back by Turner.
Yeah, and the three-pointers just not falling for them early.
Yep, but nonetheless, a cold start from out there, sure, but you can't get discouraged. I mean, if you've got a good look, I think you've got to keep taking them to keep the defense honest.
And here is Teague. He's got 8. And Trey Burke gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. Teague for 3. And he beats the buzzer. Wow!
Yeah, that's just an amazing play to get that ball off in time.
I agree. I mean, and to have the composure to lock in and get off a shot he feels confident about, that's good work.
And so it's the Atlanta Hawks feeling good about their 17-point lead heading into the break. What a night they've had in terms of their shooting. Everything dropping in for them. Back to the action after this word. A native of Cameroon, Joel Embiid talks about making a quick transition to the United States.
Not knowing English, obviously at the beginning, it was a little bit hard to express myself. Obviously, I can speak English perfectly now, so that's a plus, and I'm just being myself.
And that unique sense of humor, Greg, is a specialty of Embiid.
He's a fun-loving guy who's become a must-follow on social media. And the transition he's made has been remarkable.
And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And guys, we've seen the Hawks really take control here.
Just stretching out the floor in that first, they had the defense scrambling.
And you know what? That's what happens when you establish your three-point game early. Puts the defense right up against it.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. Taking a look at the 76ers. Korkmaz is out there with Trey Burke. Then it's Ennis. Then it's Mike Scott. And it's O'Quinn in at the center position. On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Kevin, when Trae Young was in college, he was known for his long-range shooting. But Young says, the people who know me best know that I'd rather get an assist than any other stat. I pride myself on making the right play. Knowing your teammates get joy and excitement from playing with you is all I care about. Kevin?
That's great to see. Thank you, D.A. The first one falls. Clark, here we are in mid-season, and some teams have already exceeded early expectations, starting to show that they are the real deal.
Yeah, no fluke, and that's what we call validation. Again, you have such a long season early on. The schedule can work in your favor, but as we get to this point in the season, Kevin, teams are starting to show you who they really are, answering doubters, and it's got to be extremely satisfying when you prove folks wrong.
Absolutely. Now, here's Teague. Jones finds Teague. Turner trying to free himself up. Teague can't hit.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
Pass to O'Quinn. Plays it up and banks it in. O'Quinn's got his first basket.
That's simply an outstanding play, working the size mismatch right at the rim.
Teague left side. From deep. Rebound by the 76ers.
And the stroke definitely lacking confidence this quarter. Nothing on target.
Burke can't get it to go. Atlanta leading by 11. Turner dishes to Teague. Kicks it to Reddish. Three-pointer on the way. That's a no-go, and he's still looking for his first bucket after 2 shots. And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. O'Quinn had a chance there to cut it to single digits, but it's off target. Inside, trying to end the drought, and the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And the size of the Sixers can present matchup problems for opposing teams.
Well, you think about the two critical positions, a 6'10" point guard and a 7'2" center, and both are uber talented. That's a huge advantage, a unique advantage for Philadelphia.
And he makes the first. Young's checked in for the Hawks. Then for the 76ers, Al Horford is checked in for Mike Scott, and Simmons subbed in for Trey Burke. And he makes both free throws.
And, you know, questions for the Sixers about fit between their two young stars in Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons are legitimate questions, because when young players are that talented, it sometimes is hard for them to sacrifice their own games for the good of the team.
That's good, and the Atlanta lead is cut down now to just 11 on the bucket from Ben Simmons. Atlanta's gotten a lot of looks from outside tonight, 5 of 12. Young passes to Jones. Takes the three. That ball. Nice speed that time from Turner. Jones has got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. And for Simmons and Embiid, a clash of styles, too. Simmons, you know, Clark is at his best in transition.
And, you know, Embiid, guys, is more a half-court threat, attacking in the post. Long term, I think they'll figure it out, but it'll be interesting to see how that plays out between those two. Tell you what, guys, you don't see that often. I mean, when he's this open, usually it's lights out.
Young against Simmons. In the hoop for his fourth field goal. 4 for 7 shooting and looking for more.
And the shooting has really been there for him today, but he may have to take it upon himself to continue to carry this team and try and get out of this hole.
Now, here is Young. He had an 18-point outing in the last game against the Raptors in Toronto.
And then there was his passing. When he wasn't scoring on his own, he was making plays for his teammates, and they just couldn't figure out how to defend it.
Here's Korkmaz following the basket by Trae Young. Lock at 6. O'Quinn with the bounce pass. Horford in the post. Graham defending. Pass to Ennis. High, arcing shot. They shoot again. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
Old school D right there, just telling them no easy layups. It's as simple as that. And that's what you expect from them.
The 76ers shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. And that one falls for O'Quinn. A lot of guys like to shoot off the dribble, but Clark, there are some that really are better at it, shooting off that catch in the NBA.
Yeah, and who do you have in mind, Kevin? I got a couple of names that I'm thinking about. What about you?
Well, I'm thinking Klay Thompson because that backcourt is so prolific, and he's been so great at that, and that's kind of been his trademark.
Yeah, it has been. Redick would be another guy.
Yes, another good
I think that would come to mind. And even though he's later in his career now, but Kyle Korver, one of the very best we've had in the league at shooting off the catch.
And those aren't the type of three-point opportunities that you can allow in the NBA.
You're exactly right. I mean, those come back to bite you every time, just like it's biting them now.
Now here's Simmons. He's got 8. Turnaround jumper. Count it. Simmons got 10 points. And here's Young. He'll bring it up for the Hawks. 17 points was their biggest margin. And there's the pass to Fernando. Here's Reddish. From 11 feet away, it's hauled in by the 76ers. O'Quinn's got 6 rebounds in the game. Here's Milton. 11 points for him in that last game against Golden State. Pass to Simmons. That's going to be over and back. Not watching for the line that time. The 2K leaderboard is on the screen now to reveal the dominant scores in the NBA over the last month. Number 5 is Trae Young.
What a performance offensively. Something has really clicked with his game over this stretch.
Lenz checked in for the Hawks. Carter comes in for Reddish. Here's Herter. He has 5. Down low. Here's Len.
You know, after the Sixers were knocked out in the second round for the second straight year, there was some speculation, and I think unmerited, whether Brett Brown might be let go as head coach. The players voiced their support and made the decision easier to bring him back, and I think it was the right one. He's done a fantastic job as the leader of the Sixers.
First free throw is good.
And they struggled a bit at the line in the first quarter, but they have been terrific in the second, up to almost 85% overall.
Both free throws good from Len.
And it took them a while to find their touch at the line, but they have been red hot here in the second quarter.
Popped up there for Embiid.
Well, Simmons has what I call see ahead vision. I mean, he sees a play ahead, and he's a great passer.
Pass to Herter. And a beautiful feed leads to a monster jam.
And just like you want to see assertive basketball.
He threw that one down, Greg, so hard you could feel the strength over here.
Guys, you got that exactly right. That was what I call an angry dunk.
Now here is Harris to the left side wing. And Embiid, the bucket on the assist from Tobias Harris. 6 points for Joel Embiid.
And boy, has he come alive. Since the start of the second quarter, he has been on fire.
The kick out to Young. And Carter has it in the corner. They get a hand on it. The 76ers trail by 14. And it's DeAndre Hunter with the foul. That's foul number 2 for him.
Picking up his second foul here. Has to be careful because they can pile up quickly.
And it's DeAndre Hunter with the foul. That's his 3rd foul of the game.
Already he's looking at his 3rd foul. I think the coach will probably look to sit him down until the 3rd quarter.
So it's Philadelphia now. Back to Simmons. Floats one, and the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
Excellent concentration that time by the 6'10" Simmons. Very good at completing these chances despite the defense's best efforts.
And this summer, a 5-year, $170 million max contract extension for Ben Simmons. The Sixers didn't want to give him any cause to look elsewhere. A great talent, but the hope with that kind of money is that he'll develop that jump shot. And when he gets ahead of steam, you almost feel sorry for defenders. Ben Simmons, a combination of size, speed, and ball handling that can at times be unstoppable.
Now here is Carter. He's coming off a 10-point game against the Raptors in Toronto. To the paint. Ejected by Len, and they're able to recover. Back to Horford. Over Young. Horford no luck. And with his passing and driving ability, Greg, Simmons is like combining a power running back in football with a pinpoint passing quarterback. Not much he can't do.
Kevin, a football metaphor is appropriate. Simmons grew up playing Australian rules football, and the physicality and quick thinking of that sport really reflected in his style of play.
Drills the three-pointer.
He's starting to find himself out there now. You know, he's taking much better shots here in the second quarter.
Passes it to Harris. Embiid kicks to Simmons. Poke loose. Embiid inside. Len on him. That one's in there. The Hawks lead is cut down now to just 12 points with the basket from Embiid. Young pass to Len. Here's Bembry. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Trains the three-pointer. And the Hawks lead by 15.
Yeah, that's too good a look to give them from behind the arc.
The pass to Embiid. Here's Thibault. He averages about 5 points a game. That one's in, his first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
And their shots are falling now with more regularity than we saw at first.
Well, it was a slow start, but they've gone from simmer to medium heat, and they're bordering on hot to close this gap.
Inside. Fast break here. Here come the Hawks. Here's Hunter. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. That one on Embiid.
An athletic forward with a versatile skill set. Hunter has also proven he can come up big in big moments.
And the first one at the line is good. And Clark, when you look at how the game has changed, if you were entering the league today, how would you reshape your skill set?
Well, the biggest part would be expanding my shooting range. I was a good shooter at the time that I played, but would need to expand it, and was just starting to stretch out my shooting to the three-point line. And then also defensively be a little more committed to that end of the floor, really working to get better there. But ball handling, passing, scoring, rebounding, those were things that I did pretty well.
Pass to Embiid. Back to Simmons. 6 on the shot clock. To the wing on the left. Here's Horford. The shot that time, not on target. Collins with some nice D.
He's been ice cold tonight. And, you know, you look at the scoreboard, guys, they really could have used his contribution.
And Philadelphia making a change here. Scott's checked in. The Hawks leading by 14. Teague, the pass to Collins. Here's Bembry. Back to Collins. Outside Teague. To the middle. Hunter, no good.
They've been the better rebounding team by a healthy margin, but it hasn't been enough.
Yeah, you know, they're hustling and giving a good effort, that's for sure, but unfortunately, the execution has been lacking.
Scott, the pass to Thibault. 16 feet away, and they pick up 2. Thibault's got 4 points this quarter. 1:02 left here in the second. Atlanta's gotten fond of that three-point shot here in the second quarter. 4 of 9. T kicks to Bembry. Collins trying to break free. They get the rebound. Pass to Bembry. Shoots a 3. Connects from three-point range. And the Hawks lead by 15. Philadelphia's shooting in the second quarter has been superb. 58% from the field. Simmons passes to Embiid. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. 5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Hunter dishes to T. He kicks it to Land. Back to T. Here's Bembry, guarded by Harris. And it's good with time running down on the shot clock. Bembry's got 5.
And that's the kind of move that will always pay off, even against tight defense like he was facing on that possession.
Boy, this is something that Harris has really enhanced in his game over time. Hard work, paying dividend.
Trae Young, he's feeling it tonight and has been the driving force for Atlanta. And it was from three-point range where he did the most damage. He knocked down 3 in that quarter. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Kevin, thank you. Here with Brett Brown. Now, Coach, it seemed like you guys came out a little flat. How do you get some energy for the second half?
You just got to go with the people that have energy. I feel like we are not the aggressors. We have to do whatever we're going to do through our defense, and so far it's been good.
Brett, thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, folks, can't tell you how much it means to us to have you back with us on the halftime show on 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal. Means the world, doesn't it?
Yes, sir.
We saw Trae Young lighting it up in the first half. He ended up with 17 points and 1 rebound. Kenny, what was your take on Atlanta?
More spectacular play by Trae Young. It's not just the skill set, it's the instincts of the game. Makes quick reads, and he's decisive.
Shaq, what'd you think about Philadelphia?
Way too soft in the paint defensively. They were all late on their rotations. Obviously, that's a recipe for getting cooked. And, you know, I like eating that barbecue chicken. They got to do better.
And that does it for our halftime show. We now take you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the third period.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. It's been one outstanding game from Trae Young.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. absolute dynamite on offense.
And you know what? I'll be interested to see just how much he's got left in the tank. That first half had to take a lot out of him.
Herter the 2 with Hunter at the 3. Then it's Collins, then it's Young, and it's Fernando in at the 5 spot. So that's the lineup for Atlanta. Now Hunter. The Hawks working the ball around. Young passes to Fernando. 4 on the shot clock. Fires the 3.
Simmons is very skilled on defense. He just knows where to be and how to guard whoever he's on. Versatile is part of his defensive skill set too.
Young with the steal. Now the Hawks moving it the other way, and it's Hunter with the jam.
And I think that play sort of sums up what we've seen tonight. Just simply being outplayed both sides of the ball. Smart basketball defensively, turning into easy points.
Simmons passes to Embiid, and it's DeAndre Hunter with the foul. That's his 4th foul of the contest.
That's his 4th foul. I'm sure he recognizes the situation because number 5 would put him in a rough, tough spot.
And about a minute of action so far in the 3rd quarter. Simmons feeling it out a bit. 5 to shoot. Here's Milton. Here's Embiid. Fernando pulls it in. Fernando's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Here's Herter, and the officials calling for a 3-second violation. Here is a list of the NBA's most adept passing teams this season. These are your assist leaders. The 76ers 3rd.
And a team that shares the ball will create opportunities for the right player to score.
And Simmons kicks to Horford. Back to Simmons. Now here's Embiid. He's tightly guarded. Harris's shot is good.
Boy, he sure is a talented combo forward with terrific feel for the game. Harris can score in bunches.
Young passes to Hunter. Outside Collins. To the inside. Young. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Young's got 19 points.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
Kicks to Simmons. To the middle. Here's Embiid. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
You know, it's the muscle and size of Embiid that allow him to score through contact. You know, guys, it's not surprising to hear that Joel Embiid gets a lot of inspiration from Hall of Famer Hakeem Olajuwon. Both came to the game late. Both represent the continent of Africa. And Embiid really kind of modeled his game after Hakeem, and that's a heck of a model.
And when he first came to America, you know, what a great story this is. Embiid's coach in Cameroon sent him a DVD of Hakeem's highlights.
And that was a good start for Embiid, and good work by you, Kevin, to dig up that factoid. Very nicely done. But you're right, Embiid said he watched that tape every day for 3 years, and you can see evidence of him watching that tape and how he plays.
For Atlanta, they have made 7 out of 9 when they've stepped to the line.
And taking a look at the numbers on the season, they've converted about 77% of those foul shots.
And comparing to the numbers of last season, they've made a bit of improvement. So that's some positive momentum they can look to build on.
The first free throw is good. He hits both from the stripe. And here's Simmons. He'll bring it up for Philadelphia. They trail by 14. They'll be off to Boston for a meeting with the Celtics after this one. That'll be the second on the road in the midst of this long 4-game road stand. Now here is Harris. He's got 14. Fernando pulls it in.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
And you know what, guys? That will pump him up because he takes a ton of pride in what he does on defense.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Hey, Kevin. Well, the Hawks said they were going to be patient when they rebuilt their team, and they were going to do it through the draft, and they've stuck to that script. Now, Trae Young is probably the biggest name, but Atlanta's added a lot of great young talent the last 3 years. There's John Collins, Kevin Huerter, and in 2019, the Hawks added 3 more good young players in the draft. DeAndre Hunter, Cam Reddish, and Bruno Fernando. Things are looking up in Atlanta.
I would think so, too. On paper, it looks good. We'll see if it materializes. D.A., thank you as always. They get it back. Collins dishes to Graham. Passes it to Huerter. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Over Embiid. And Huerter gets it to go. Huerter's got 9 points. And here are the 76ers now. It's a 16-point game. Horford finds Burke. Shoots the 3. Collins grabs the miss. Collins has got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. Graham, the pass to Fernando. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
Yeah, if you're going to foul, then make sure that you don't give a chance for the and one.
And let's take a moment, guys, to get your take on the scoring so far for the Hawks.
You know, one of the big stories has been the 3-ball. It's been a key part of their offense throughout the game.
And I also love the way they move the basketball. Their passing has been outstanding here in the second half.
That free throw missing. Atlanta making some changes. Evan Turner, he's checked in for Collins. And it's Reddish in for Kevin Huerter. Kyle O'Quinn, he's checked in for Philadelphia. Korkmaz comes in for Shake Milton. And he sinks the second. The 76ers trail by 17. Ennis dishes to Burke. Now the pass to Korkmaz. It's good. The assist that time from Burke. Burke's got his 3rd assist on the night.
Their 3-point percentage has taken a big leap here in this second half.
And their lasers are starting to do their thing. I mean, that's going to be the ticket for them the rest of the way.
Inside. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
Kevin, let's look at where the Hawks stand in the NBA rankings right now.
And let me add a few words about all their steals. I mean, they bring that toughness and aggression defensively. You don't get to be a top 10 team in that category by accident.
The 76ers have scored 6 points from their 8 attempts at the line so far.
And in terms of team numbers, the free throw percentage is right at 74.
And, you know, you don't have to tell them what their free throw numbers are. I mean, they're well aware of it, believe me.
That one is off. And the Hawks making a change here. Jones is checked in. And he's good on the second. Atlanta leading by 13. Left side, Turner. Pass to Young. And Trey Burke gets the whistle that time. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game.
And now only 1 away from being in the penalty.
Yep, the next one puts them on the line, so they've got to be careful the rest of the way.
Vince Carter, who's checked in for Atlanta. On the wing, Turner. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Yep, it counts.
I like the play call. Very solid, making perfect use of the pick to get a great look.
Pass to Horford. Burke with it. He's against Turner. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. That one on Turner.
All the officials are all over that one.
Clearly a foul. I mean, didn't give him any choice but to blow the whistle. I mean, you got to play without fouling.
And that one falls for Burke. Hey, Clark, the NBA moved the presentation of the MVP award to after the conclusion of the finals. Do you like that?
Yes and no. I think you have two separate awards. You could have a playoff MVP or a finals MVP, which we have. And then you have a regular season MVP. The MVP is for the body of work done during the regular season. So I think there should be a clear separation between the two, quite honestly. So, no, I don't like it.
At least you're honest, Clark. The shot by Turner, no good.
Just enough coverage to bother that three-point attempt.
Burke looking over the floor. Pass to Korkmaz. Out to the right wing. 6 to shoot. Here's Ennis. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires. Ennis has got his first points in this one. Graham with the ball. Knocks it loose. The 10-footer. And it's off the back rim. No good. And so it's Ennis bringing it up now for the 76ers. They trail by 11. Now here's Burke. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. That's good from Horford on the assist by Burke. Horford's got it back down to within single digits for the 76ers. Outside Turner. And now here's a quick peek at the best rookie free throw shooters over the course of the past month. In the third spot, Cam Reddish. Fourth, DeAndre Hunter.
And they're both just fundamentally sound. And their success at the free throw line, I think, bears that out.
Yeah, and it's something you've got to work on, though, Greg. We can't discount that piece of the equation. Quite frankly, a lot of rookies have too much other stuff to deal with. But these two are zeroed in.
And that one falls for Carter.
Carter, just a freak of nature. One of the best dunkers the game has ever seen. A top-tier shooting guard who just embraces the spotlight.
And the Hawks making a change here. Teague's checked in. And Philadelphia also making a switch. Mike Scott's checked in for Al Horford. And good on the second, so he makes them both. The 76ers trail by 11. And here is Burke. There's the pass to Ennis. In the corner, O'Quinn with it. They get a hand on it. And now it's Teague running. He can go all the way. And it's slammed in by Teague.
And guys, the defensive Teague is underrated. Excellent instincts. And he takes reasonable chances on defense.
Now here's Burke. And that one goes out of bounds. Pass touched by Teague. And now a chance to see what's coming up for the Philadelphia 76ers. On Saturday, they'll be matching up against Gordon Hayward and the Boston Celtics. Then on Monday, they'll face off against Jimmy Butler and the Miami Heat.
In that matchup against the Bucks, I think this squad has the confidence that they can play to their strengths against them. And even though they're going after the #1 team right now in our league, they feel they can get the W.
And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And with a quick break in the action, here's some numbers for Teague. Averaging 12 points, 6 assists, and 2 rebounds. And he's very steady with that second unit, running the offense and getting them into their sets.
Right. I mean, your backup point guard simply has to hold the fort, maintain the status quo, share the basketball, and minimize mistakes.
And he knocks down the first one. Len's checked in for Jones. Joel Embiid, he's checked in for the 76ers. So he picks up just one from the line that time.
Well, what's not to like about Joel Embiid? A physical specimen at over 7 feet tall, all the skill in the world, and a personality made for stardom.
Just 5 to shoot. Pass to Korkmaz. It's good. The assist that time from Burke. Burke's got 5 assists in the game.
Well, as for them being behind in this game, you certainly can't put any of it on his shoulders. He's been tremendous offensively.
Teague can't hit. You talk about Embiid's personality, whether it's on the court or through social media. Greg, he's not shy speaking his mind.
One of the best trash talkers in the league. He doesn't hold back, but it's never personal. He's embracing the spirit of competition.
Atlanta leading by 9. Teague, the pass to Len. There's the dish to Teague. And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
Yeah, you know, Kevin, some point guards will feel that contact and just take the trip to the line, but Teague was determined to draw the foul and convert the shot.
This is his second attempt at the line tonight. Free throw good, Teague. And it's Burke with the ball for Philadelphia. A 12-point game. Pass to Scott. This is his second trip to the free throw line.
One of the areas where he has excelled all season long. How about 87% from the line?
I don't think you really can say enough about the work he's put in and the massive strides he's made in his free throw shooting, guys. I mean, his numbers are way up this year.
That's good from Scott. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. The Hawks leading by 10. Passes it to Reddish. Here's Bembry. He has 6. Oh, that's blocked. Teague kicks to Len. Clock is at 3. Puts up a 3. A shot by Reddish, no good.
They've been the better rebounding team by a healthy margin, but it hasn't been enough.
Yeah, you know, they're hustling and giving a good effort, that's for sure, but unfortunately, the execution has been lacking.
They are making it look easy at the free throw line here in the second half.
Under 6.
And he can't get the first one.
You know, Embiid has a very similar story to Tim Duncan's. I mean, the Cameroon native did not start playing basketball until later in life. Now he's one of the very best in the game.
Hunter's checked in for Reddish. The 76ers also with a sub. Simmons is checked in. He hits the second from the line. The Hawks leading by 9. Carter outside to the paint. Hunter. That one falls coming off Carter's feet. Hunter's got 4 points now in the quarter.
With a number of moves and shots to choose from, Hunter is scary. Nice bucket there.
And they double up Embiid. It falls through, making him 6 for 11 in the game.
His hard work on the backboard really just has given them more opportunities to score.
Floats one up. The kick out to T. And it's off from 3-point range.
Guys, this hasn't been his quarter. I mean, to me, he just doesn't look completely comfortable or confident.
Takes it from 10. It's good. And the Hawks lead is cut down now to just 7 on the bucket from Simmons.
And Simmons is accustomed to finishing over all types of defenders. I mean, that jump shot is just pure money.
A nice shot by Teague. Teague's got 18 points in the game.
And giving up some inches inside, but makes up for it with an aggressive style.
Yeah, you know, with that size difference, that's not an easy shot. I mean, I don't care how close to the rim he is, that's a tough shot.
And it's out of bounds. The 76ers able to retain possession here. John Collins, he's checked in for the Hawks. Philadelphia also making some changes. Harris comes in for Scott, and it's Shake Milton in for Korkmaz. Embiid, the pass to Thibault. Good ball movement here by the 76ers. The pass to Simmons. Clock at 4. From deep three-point range, and they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Hawks making a switch here. Herter's checked in. The Hawks leading by 9. Teague, the pass to Collins. Dishes it to Teague. Back to Herter. Shot clock at 5. The Hawks need to get off a shot here. A fader. Shot by Collins, no good.
I wouldn't say that's exactly his spot now. I mean, and you can see why.
And that one's good. Thibault. We've got 28 seconds left to play in the third. Outside Collins. Teague against Simmons. Here's Herter. 9 points in the game so far. Here's Collins. Shoots from 14. Good. He hits the jump shot. Collins has got 8 points.
And look at how quick he was to bite on the pump fake. Left his feet way too soon.
And so it's Atlanta ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. And they're winning the turnover battle very easily in this one. We've got more in store for you right after this. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
Hey, that was a high-level pass no matter what position it came from. But it does make it stand out a little more when it's made by the big fella.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. The 76ers trail by 9. On the court for Philadelphia to start the fourth. Harris and Embiid together in the middle. Then there's Ben Simmons. And it's Milton in at the shooting guard. And it's DeAndre Hunter with the foul. That's his 5th foul.
So one more and that's it. He'll be DQ'd, disqualified. He's got to be able to defend without picking up that last disqualifying foul.
Now here's Embiid. Back to Simmons. 4 on the clock. He can't get that one, and Atlanta will go the other way with it. 17 points was their biggest margin. Their next game is at the American Airlines Center in Dallas for a game with the Mavericks. That will be a getaway game for them, a one-game road trip. He kicks to Harris. Here's Milton. Back to Harris. Outside for Simmons. Pass to Milton. That one a little long. Atlanta leading by 12. On its way from Young for 2. They grab their own miss. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
Yeah, the officials didn't need to talk that one over. It was obvious.
Shooting for Atlanta. Fernando. 2 shots.
And the first one drops. Al Horford is checked in for the 76ers. That one falls, so he hits both of them. The 76ers trail by 14. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Harris kicks to Embiid. Back to Harris. Puts up a three. Outside for Simmons. Goes back up. Here's Embiid, and the rejection by Collins. Oh, and a fast break for Atlanta. Young for three. Buries it from three-point range. Young's got 22 points.
They've given up a lot of three-pointers here today.
And their defensive rotations have been non-existent.
Embiid, the pass to Milton. To stop the run, count the basket.
I mean, even he was surprised to be that open.
The Hawks leading by 15. Back to Young. We're in the fourth quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Bounce pass Embiid. Here's Milton. Back to Embiid. Harris with it. He's picked up by Collins. The offensive rebound. Tries again. And Embiid finishes inside.
Boy, proving to be a handful once again, guys. Embiid, so tough to keep off the glass because of his agility and size.
Now, here's Hunter. Pass to Young for the three. Milton grabs the board.
And even with good coverage defensively that time, he has confidence to drill the three.
The Hawks leading by 15. Feeds it to Young. It's stolen by Harris. A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. Takes it from 10, and there's Horford. That's good on the assist from Tobias Harris. And it's 6 points for Al Horford.
Yeah, that's good vision from Harris. I mean, he draws so much attention himself, so he's become a capable passer.
Here's Young, and it's blocked by Simmons. Makes that one fall. It's his 8th bucket in 15 shot attempts.
Outstanding focus that time by Simmons. Nothing really rattles this guy. He's unflappable, even when he's getting bodied by the defense like that.
Now, here's Collins. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. Young from outside hits it from three-point range. Young's got 10 points in just the second half.
Once again, he's able to knock down the long-range jumper. He's on automatic. Just a brilliant game.
Simmons dishes to Horford. On the wing, Harris. He's guarded by Collins. Horford the pass to Milton. Tipped away. Now here is Harris. And there's the call on John Collins. That is his first foul of the game.
That's his first personal foul.
Here's Simmons. And Simmons slams it in.
Hey, there's not a lot you can do to prevent Simmons from creating space. I mean, it's quite honestly what he does best in pick-and-roll situations.
Now, here is Young. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
Back to Harris. Passes to Milton. Back to Harris. 5 on the clock. Here's Embiid. Basket is good. The assist from Harris. And that's 19 points for Joel Embiid.
The adjustments they've made offensively, they're putting guys in a position now to succeed.
It's certainly been an impressive run. They finally found the right formula to break down the defense.
Fernando can't get it to go. And so it's Harris who will bring it up for Philadelphia. They trail by 9 points.
Yeah, and you know, for Simmons to be so young, he has a great basketball IQ, and he plays to his strengths on offense and plays to them well.
Atlanta calls timeout. The short rest, very important, and one of the benefits of this part of the game is getting on the same page with your team while having the chance to hydrate with Gatorade. Replenish your energy for the late game push. Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Hey guys, Lloyd Pierce talked with his team during that last time out. He said, keep grinding. We're in good shape. Things aren't always going to go perfectly. Don't let that slow you down. Let's just stick to what got us here. Kevin, we'll see if they can build on this lead.
Now here's Simmons. After the miss from Trae Young. Embiid. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Under 6.
And not a single free throw attempt in that first half, but he has been far more active since the break and drawn some fouls.
Now, here is Young, and the pass to Fernando. Back to Young. Three-pointer, good on the triple. Young's got 11 points in the quarter.
Well, and this has been their strategy throughout the fourth period. We'll see how it pans out.
You know what? Teams can get a little three-happy down the stretch sometimes, letting it fly.
Simmons against Young. And Simmons kicks to Harris. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Atlanta leading by 7. Young passes to Herter. And the call will be against Al Horford. That will get him his 4th foul of the game. Jeff Teague, he's checked in for Trae Young.
Jeff Teague.
So it's the Hawks now. 17 points was their biggest margin. Out of bounds, it'll go to the Hawks. Atlanta's gone 4-7 with the long ball here in the fourth quarter.
That's his first personal foul.
Down low, Teague, the pass to Hunter. Rebound by the 76ers. Harris has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Great open look there.
Yeah, that pull-up jumper by Harris shows his ability to create offense for himself, and that's what all great scorers can do.
To the middle. Teague kicks to Collins. Pass to Fernando. Here's Herter. Pass to Fernando. Lock at 6. Latrey. Milton grabs the board. The 76ers trail by 5. Passes it to Harris. Al Horford. Outside, Simmons. Knocked loose. Harris outside. Fires for 3. And the call will be against Al Horford. That's his 5th foul. The Hawks leading by 5. Poked away. 4 on 3 as they bring it up. Simmons with it. Picked up by Teague and finished off by Horford.
That's a stomach punch, guys. Turn it over and give him a free run to the bucket.
Oh, you're so right. No question who has the momentum now.
You know, those kinds of plays can be difference makers, game changers, momentum shifters, especially in a close contest where 1 or 2 possessions can impact the outcome.
James Ennis, he'll check in for Al Horford.
2 shots.
First free throw is good. And so T gets 2 free throws.
Making it look effortless. Send this guy to the stripe. He's going to cash in more than not.
And the 76ers call time here.
They've been committing a lot of turnovers, and I imagine that's exactly what they're talking about right now. They need to tighten it up.
Now the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Trae Young.
And guys, he's been about as close to perfection as you can be. The intensity he's played with has been amazing. Just no let up. And as fired up as he's been, he's never let his emotions get out of control.
The 76ers trail by 5. Kicks it to Ennis. The pass to Thibault. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
At the line for the 76ers. 5. 2 shots. Under 6.
First free throw is good. He doesn't get the second one.
Listen, they're still right in this thing. Missing that free throw, though, keeps this a 2-possession deficit.
Pass to Herter. The feed to Collins. The kick out to T. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Embiid comes with a double team. And a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here.
Jump ball.
So it's the Hawks now. Collins dishes to Hunter. Here's Herter. Pass to Hunter. Shot clock at 5. He feeds it to Collins. Over Ennis. Shot by Collins, no good.
I love the anticipation defensively there to get into the perfect spot.
Simmons passes to Embiid. Here's Thibault. Pass to Ennis. Outside, Simmons. Over T. And all around the rim that time before dropping in. And that's 23 points for Ben Simmons. And Collins has got the ball here for Atlanta. 17 points was their biggest margin. Atlanta calls timeout.
And the lack of rim protection, top of the list.
Yeah, you know, just look at the numbers, guys. I mean, they are being taken to the woodshed in the paint.
There's the pass to Fernando. 1:58 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Inside, it's tipped. Clock at 4. Now here is Harris. Not a lot of room. Simmons against T. Here's Embiid. Can't tie it up as that one misses. The Hawks leading. Kicks it to T. And the Hawks can't hang on to the ball.
Huge turnover there, and at a bad time, too. You have to value every possession.
The 76ers making a switch here. Korkmaz is checked in. Timeout called the 76ers. They're trailing by 2. We've got 1:23 left in the fourth. Whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back.
Oh, in a game this snug, you can ill afford to commit those kinds of turnovers.
Teague with the ball. Pass to Collins. That's good, and so Teague with the assist. And the Hawks lead by 4.
I like the play call. Very solid, making perfect use of the pick to get a great look.
And Simmons kicks to Embiid. Fernando pulls it in.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
And you know, guys, I love his fight and grit on the interior. I mean, he never lets a shot go uncontested.
Now, here's Collins. That's to Fernando. Just 5 on the clock. On deep. It's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. There's 38 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Simmons dishes to Embiid. Money! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
And you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
Well, that was 1-2. He wanted the ball. Nobody else was taking that shot.
Teague, the pass to Collins. Over Simmons. Good!
Late in the game, up big, they continue to attack.
I don't think you want to get loose and sloppy or ease up, but it is time for them to start using that clock a bit.
And Philadelphia calls time here. They're trailing by 4. 20 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, what do you think?
Yeah, trying to get back in this thing, they need a score.
Yeah, and they need it hiccup fast. I mean, they'll be drawing up a quick hitter in the huddle here, no doubt.
Ennis, he's checked in for Korkmaz. Ennis kicks to Simmons. He dishes it to Embiid. The 76ers again can't hit it, and so they choose to intentionally foul.
Honestly, just doing what they have to in order to get the basketball back.
That's a good foul, though. I like that. I mean, clock management crucial at this time of the game.
2 shots.
He drops the first one, and that puts them up by 5. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 6-point ball game.
Good composure from the line there. Those shots sealed.
Simmons finds Harris. Misses the deep 3-point attempt.
Having a hand up in your face makes such a difference to a shooter.
And, you know, he's a guy who knows how to defend the 3-point shot. He's not going to just give it to you. He's going to make you earn it.
And so the Hawks take the win. Probably a little closer than they would have liked it, but a win nonetheless.
Yeah, but I really got a sense that the fans gave them that emotional boost that was needed down the stretch. This crowd, man, they were electric.